So how is the housing market doing? Well, stick around for just a second and I'm going to tell you how the housing market is doing here in the Las Vegas area. So what we got going this week is the housing data has been released, and it's a little bit of good news, bad news. We'll start with the bad news. If you're a buyer, this is still a bit of bad news for you because the median price and the average price have gone up. If you're a seller, congratulations. You are now even wealthier than you were the month before. So let's start going over these numbers and see where we stand right now and go into a little bit of comparative analysis for this year and over the last few years. So starting off, mystery is solved. Guess what? The median price of a home has gone up again. If you look at the median price of a single family home, it has gone up $5,000 from last month, from $420,000 to $425,000. As of right now, for the month of December, 3,178 units sold for single family homes. 2,196 units came on the market, leaving us with 2,251 units available for sale, just a little over half a month of inventory. What about that condo and townhouse market? Well, you know, in the good old days, condos and townhouses were a nice little option because they were a little bit less desirable because of how much prices have risen. They have become a much more desirable option for people. And unfortunately, that is causing several issues. Issue number one, of course, is higher price. Last month, the average condo or townhome sold for $240,000. This month, the average townhome sold for $242,000. Now, going deeper into the numbers for condos and townhomes, 827 units sold in December, and 609 units came on market, leaving only 387 condos and townhomes available for you to purchase. Okay, I always like to point out the differences between median and average. So median, let's say there were 100 homes, that roughly 50th home or so, that's the median. So when we look at that median of $425,000, that's when they took all the homes that were sold. The one that was right in the middle, that's the median. But if you take all of the homes that were sold, divided by the number of that were sold, that's your average. So the average, of course, has gone up just like the median. For single family homes, last month, the average was $500,501. This month, or at least we'll call it December, the average was $506,537. For that condo and townhome market, last month, the average price was $253,686. And as far as townhomes go, for the month of December, the average price was, that number was $267,617. So as you can see, there was a huge jump. Now the median didn't jump by that much, only $2,000, but that average went from 253 to 267. So the prices are really jumping in that market. And one of the issues with the condo and townhome market that you don't have as much with the single family homes, homeowners association fees. A decent townhome can easily be $250 just in HOA fees, whereas a decent house may have none or $50 or so. So that $200 extra you're spending at current interest rates, even though they're going up, guess what? That's almost $50,000 in value, which means if you're to convert what you're paying for a townhome, currently it's equivalent to a $300,000 and almost $20,000 house. And that's the difference that you're just making up just by paying those extra HOA fees. But, you know, you do get some things for it, like no lawn care, you may get a pool and all these other things. As long as you have good amenities, maybe it's worth it. And now, let's take a quick recap because we're starting the new year now. Where did we start at last year about this time? Well, in January, so we're just going to use the 12 months here, we started with a median price of single-family homes of $345,000, and that has grown to $425,000. Single-family homes at $225,243. Where are we at now? We all know that, over 506. When we talk about the condos and townhomes, we started at $193,000. And of course, we are up to that not so magical and not so great number of $242,000. When we go back to that average, we started at $209,876. And you can see how much they've gone up now because we're at over $267. So the market is going up more and more. I hate to be the opposite of what some people want to hear, because somebody left a comment on one of my YouTube videos and they called it rental porn. And they said how some of these renters love looking at the videos saying that the market is about to crash because they believe they can now go get a house. I'm going to call that porn what it is, a wet dream, because it's not really happening. If you look at the numbers and you compare that to every real estate correction we've had in the past, that's just not happening. The last big real estate correction we had was 2007, 2008. Back then, you knew what was happening. People were getting loans who didn't have jobs even. You had literally strippers who owned 7 houses. That's like a literal fact. There were strippers who owned 7 houses. You don't have any strippers owning 7 houses now. You'll be lucky if they own 1. They call them ninja loans. No job, no income. We don't have that anymore. If you have tried to get a loan lately, you know they are crawling up your rear end. We are now 5.5 million homes short of where we're supposed to be compared to 2007, 2008. Keep living in that fantasy and you're going to end up with results that you don't like. I also want to show you one other little thing. This is just something that a lender provided to me and I kind of kept track of it for a few months. You can see where interest rates are going. And right at the beginning of the year, interest rates shot up again. So what's going on? First of all, the Fed is ending quantitative easing. And on top of that, they are planning to raise interest rates 3 times this year. 3 times. Now, that doesn't always affect the mortgage rates. What does affect the mortgage rates are the 10-year bond. As more people go into the 10-year bond because the interest rates have been risen by the Fed, that could affect your mortgage rates. Everyone from the Mortgage Bankers Association, National Association of Realtors, and all professional organizations are expecting rates to go up this year. How far they go up, that's a guess because every one of them has a different number. But this is what I do know. Prices are going to continue to go up for this year. Rates are going to continue to go up this year, which is going to make buying a home more expensive. The longer you wait, I'll wait until this summer kind of thing, that's not going to serve you very well. So here's what you want to do. If you're a buyer and you're looking for a home, I don't care where it is in this country, you need to first of all assess where you stand. In my market, if you don't have $20,000 in your pocket, you're not competitive. Running around saying, I want someone to pay closing costs or something like that, it's a non-starter, except in certain situations. The situation I talk about is getting the ugly duckling house, AKA the house that you can live with for now. If you're trying to, in the Las Vegas market, move to Green Valley or Summerlin, Centennial Hills, Aliante, all these desirable places, and you expect someone to pay your closing cost, you're going to be in for quite a shock. There's too much competition out there. And as I've taught people how to do things and how to buy houses over the last few months and the last year or so, everything that I've said has started to go out the window. I would say, okay, go for the probate home, because nobody goes for the probate homes because they feel that it's more difficult. Well, now, every time I see a probate home for someone, it's under contract within 48 hours. It used to be a month or two. Now they're gone like that, because everyone is going for whatever they can get their hands on. The ugly duckling houses, the houses that have tenants in them who are intransigent and refuse to do anything. People are putting in offers on them now when they used to not. That's how bad the housing situation is getting. So I hope that the information that you've been receiving is useful to you. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. And I'm sure I have some more videos for you to watch. Please stay tuned. I have so much great information for you for this year.